All right, this week's side topics, side tidbits, whatever we found interesting. The first one I'm going to start with is the Yankees, and like a lot of these teams were doing like the Brewers did like a home run derby earlier this year. Like they've done stuff with former players. The White Sox had a celebration for their World Series. I've seen this a lot, and the Yankees were doing something recently. And Mariano Rivera, who is one of the top Yankees of all time. He was their elite closer while they were winning World Series in the 90s and 2000s. He tore, it was either his Achilles or ACL
It was
in
Achilles.
his Achilles, yeah, in playing center field in their like All-Star game or whatever. And it looked like he was just walk. It wasn't like a great like he like it looked like in the NFL or whatever when you see an Achilles get torn, it's like a fast motion. It seemed like he sort of like just tripped over himself and did that. So I don't know, should these old guys like stay away from this, or was it I tend to believe this was just a freak accident, but like that sucks though, yeah, because tearing your ACL at 25 is one thing, tearing it at like almost 50, or maybe he is 50, I'm not even sure. That's not going to be a fun recovery, no.
No, it's not. Evan, so we'll and Timmy too. We'll have a little discussion here. How many NFL games are we planning on going to this year?
Ooh. For sure, one. I always go to one with my dad. We try to make it to one. I would like last year. I think I went to two.
Bears?
So, um,
Bears or who?
we usually travel around, try to hit different stadiums. Last year we went to. Well, last year we just went to the Packers because we had like a lot of family stuff going on. So we only went to one last year actually. But like we try to travel around. So I think we'll probably go somewhere, and then maybe I go to a local one. So I'm gonna say I go to two this year.
I would say I'm gonna probably go to at least two, maybe three or four. Um, I think I'm gonna go to the Dolphins and Bills games when they're playing in Atlanta, and probably the Commanders one as well because well, I just want to see Jane Daniels play in person. I didn't get a chance to when he was at LSU because they never played Georgia. So
What I would do, what I would
good
say,
three, maybe four.
be careful those Buffalo fans. Those are a rowdy group. I've seen them in a game, and obviously we've seen the videos of them jumping in tables. But I've been to a visiting game with them when they played in Miami like years back. That's a rowdy group. You're in you're in for a treat if you go to that one. Yeah, yeah. Timmy,
So,
how many games you think you're going to go to this year?
due to the fact that Northeast Tennessee is literally like 7 hours from the Falcons, 7 hours from the Panthers, 7 hours from the Titans, that TV is going to get real used to me this year. I don't think I'm going to go to a single NFL game, especially being in college. I have to spend my money wisely.
Attaboy, priorities. There we go.
There you
Um,
go.
All right, so the next one, and I'm gonna link this one below. There's a New York Times article if you want to like actually read into it. But in a Florida, Chuck E. Cheese restaurant, and Chuck E. Cheese, that's for like that's not even for teenagers. That's for really young kids. Like that's for go play at a playhouse, like arcade games. Eat some microwave pizza. Have a good time, right? Or I mean, I don't even know if it's I haven't been there in like 20 years, but point being is like in this specific location, I think like in northern Florida, I don't know if it was Tallahassee or whatever. The Chuck E. Cheese mascot, whoever was the employee, got arrested mid-shift, and they were walking out, and the picture is in that link. I'm gonna have in the biography, but like he had the handcuffs, and the children are like looking at him like, what has happened to Chucky? And apparently, this guy made some bad financial decisions, we'll just say. And they had to track him down. He didn't want to turn himself in. They found him at work dressed as Chuck E. Cheese, and they just arrested him on the spot. So, why couldn't they? Come on, they could pull him over. Like they could. You got to put the handcuffs on in front of the kids. Like you can't get them out of the place somehow. Maybe there was a way they could have done that better. But yeah, Chuck E. Cheese got arrested, guys. So
So for my next topic, I just want to. I don't think that we would have made a, whole topic about this, like a whole discussion about this, but I just wanted to send out my well wishes to the Lions player, Maurice Norris, who got seriously injured last week in Atlanta, preseason game. But still, the Falcons and Lions decided not to finish that game because I think we can all agree that some things are bigger than football.
Yeah, not only are some things bigger than football, Maurice Norris, I mean, like some of these players, like, we say that's the sacrifice they play the game, they make millions, but some of these guys in the preseason, they are not guaranteed that, and they put their health on the line for something that's not a guarantee, and it can get scary. So yeah, prayers to him. Whether football or not or whatever, I hope he lives a successful life after this because clearly he's a hard worker. So prayers to him and his family. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. I hope he can. I hope he can get back on a football field if that's what he decides to do. But like Evan said, if not, then well wishes to him and whatever he decides to do with his life.
Yeah, all right. One more that I had. The Chicago White Sox this weekend, and Jake actually pointed this out to me. He's not here anymore. We had a 50-foot long hot dog. I guess we decided to make that. Yeah. Yeah, it's 50-foot long hot dog. And I was wondering how long it would take me to eat that. I don't even know. Like, could I finish that in a month or not? I had no clue. I was saying our group, Jordan, Jake, me, maybe even Timmy, we could get that in a week. What do you think, Jordan?
I don't even know. I don't even think a week is. I don't even think a week is good enough. We're talking like maybe 2.5 weeks here.
2.5
I mean,
weeks. You got it 50 feet. Like most hot dogs are not a foot. Like if you look at a foot long hot dog, that's pretty long, but 50
right.
feet, like, yeah.
I like how Evan pointed out we are not Joey Chestnut.
Yeah, we are not. No, we are not Joey. Yeah, he could probably do that, but even him,
He
like,
could probably do that in less than a day. Let's just be honest.
yeah, a day, maybe 2 days, but still, like, that's the world hot dog champion. So I actually didn't even like look into this story more than I probably should have. That's why we put it in side topics. I just thought that was like, I don't know why we did that.
Well, also you gotta think about what you put on the hot dog too.
Yeah, Timmy, how long would it take you to eat a 50-foot hot dog?
So my parents made me. So I went to my parents and stayed the night. So they had steak, and I'm like, I like hot dogs better than steak. So they made me a whole pack of hot dogs, got me a whole pack of buns and everything, and I couldn't finish a pack of hot dogs. So it'd take me about a week to eat a whole 50-foot hot dog, I'd say.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then, well, one more thing I wanted to say. Um, shout out to the Padres. They caught the Dodgers for first place in the NL West.
No, absolutely.
Right now,
I actually didn't even know that. Absolutely. Wow. Dodgers have
Yeah,
been
they
struggling, but Padres are getting hot at the right time too, so that matters. Yeah.
actually technically the Padres for the time being, at the time of this recording, are technically in first place because they already won their game today in San Francisco, and the Dodgers play later.
The Dodgers are struggling with the Angels. That's so wild. I don't know what's going on with them right now. But Timmy, you were saying something. I'm sorry.
well, I was actually gonna say what Jordan says. Right now, the Padres are technically leading. Also, the Mariners, they're tied with the Astros.
I didn't know they tied it up. Last time I saw, they were like a half game back. I didn't know they tied it. That's that's actually incredible. I know. Speaking of the Mariners, I know Cal Raleigh is having a pretty historic season.
Yeah, we were talking about him last episode. But so far, the Mariners and the Padres, two teams that were very aggressive at the deadline, are trending upwards. So maybe something to look at.
Wouldn't it be something if Wouldn't it be something if we see the Mariners and Padres in the World Series?
That'd be a fun World Series with two West teams that usually are not in it. Yeah.
I don't correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think either team has ever won the World Series.
Nope. Mariners have never been in it, and the Padres have been
I
in one.
don't think have yeah the Mariner yeah the like Evan said, the Mariners have never been in the World Series, and I don't think the Padres have been in the World Series since 1998.
Nope. Yeah, I think that was the last time. Yeah. So that'd be
As evident as Morgan Wallen's song "98 Braves."
98 for that's a good song. All Morgan Wallen is good.